Yeah, I think you can talk.
Okay, so me, it is not only about the protest that I'm talking about. You see, sir, my view on this is that I feel sometimes we as a people have misplaced priorities. We as a people have misplaced priorities. Yes, because this is not the first time we are demonstrating. And if we will be realistic with ourselves, or we will be truthful to ourselves, whatever we are demonstrating about, we are demonstrating on so many things. We are demonstrating on so many things at a time. We are talking about bad roads. We are talking about electricity. We are talking about schools. We are talking about hospitals. We are talking about this. We are talking about that. And all these things are done at once. I'm asking myself.
Is that if you are nocturnal?
Yes. Genga. I'm asking myself.
Are we okay?
Is there a time that we will have a demonstration or an exercise like this? Is there a time that we will have an exercise like this that will require a specific target? Let's say during this quarter, if it is about Occupy JulorbiHouse, what is the target? Maybe in the year we will be doing about 3 or 4 series of demonstration, and we are picking 3 things that is affecting the country greatly. After an extensive research, we know electricity is our problem, infrastructure is our problem, roads is our problem. Let's pick these 3. So for the first quarter, every demonstration will be targeted at one particular thing. Every demonstration will be targeted at one particular thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, we demonstrate, we campaign for so many things at a time.
Okay.
And I'm sure if we get the opportunity of a politician even appearing during some of these protests and ask, okay, right now, what do you want us to do now, currently? You hear so many opinions.
Yes.
Somebody would say electricity. Somebody would say road. Somebody would say infrastructure. Somebody would say health. Somebody would say this. Somebody would say that.
Yeah.
And we know at that particular time, the politician cannot do anything.
Why not?
Wait, Bebao. If we have 5 people mentioning 5 different things, and everybody feels like theirs is paramount, at that moment, because the politician has the power to do only one, it will be difficult for him to try to satisfy one. The reason why they will go to sleep is because, when him says, may your health is here, road for bedi matem, may your schools are health for bedi matem. You understand? So when the insult will come anyway. You understand? And since the insult will come anyway, then they will do whatever would please them and not what will please you. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to they finding strategies of getting you, they will get you. It is these same protesters that will still go and kill. It is these same protesters. I am looking at a point where, it is time for election. And the whole country is protesting. We are not voting. Whatever happens should happen. You get it? This protest is bigger than what we are seeing. That protest will have a much bigger effect than whatever we are seeing. You get it? So I am looking at, if people want us to protest, let's have a target. Like you said, this Occupy JulorbiHouse. I saw their post. It was a sponsored post on social media. I saw it on Instagram, saw it on Facebook.
Okay.
So I'm looking at, the way they were forcing the musicians and the celebrities to all post about it, to all talk about it. What is the target? What is the end game? So if the politicians decide to come and fix roads, will that end the protest?
No.
Why can't we do one at a time? Why can't we do one during a period? I believe that one will help. than us always, because this has been the format. The people charging on celebrities to also voice out. I ask myself, okay, if you force them to come and voice out today, tomorrow next, what happens? What happens next? These politicians can go and sleep. And see, this is not the first time they are hearing things like this or they are seeing things like this. Now, the issue of also being granted permission or going through the right channel to do some of these things also come to play. If you read carefully President David Osei's post, you will realize where he's coming from. He would want to speak for the protesters, but he also came from the angle that the authorities are not crazy. They are not mad for them to come and just arrest people because you are protesting. They know the law. So if they come at you like that, then definitely you have given them the chance to some extent. You get it? You have given them the chance to some extent, yes. To some extent.
But it's not always like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. His post, his target is a two-edged sword.
Yeah.
It speaks for the protesters, but also speaks for the authorities and how they are acting. And the other one has to do with people forcing celebrities to come and speak.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Everybody has different feeling at different times.
Exactly.
And I believe some of these things, for it to have a genuine impact, it has to do with the person feeling that particular vibe. You know, I saw one post this afternoon there from a Theodore, and I laughed. EO went there. EO was there and left, like was there for some few hours and just left. You know what? Yes. The rapper.
Oh, so he went there.
He went there. And you know what if Theodore came to write? Oh, EO came to grant interview to media houses and left. Such a shameful act. That's what she wrote. That's what she wrote. So I was asking myself, like, so I'm asking myself, so right now, like, what kind of misplaced priorities is this? What do you want him to do? Your understanding of this protest is not the same as his understanding. And at the end of the day, what are you looking for? Are you looking for his presence, or you are looking for him standing there till morning? Like, what do you want him to do?
He should hold a placard and start talking and even insulting.
So his
That's what they want.
So his presence, if his presence is not enough, you think his whatever he write on social media would be enough?
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
Yes.
Yet Sarkodie wrote something, and let me read some of the comments that came with it for you to see. Sarkodie wrote, and this is some of the comments. Man up and say you are politically aligned and have your peace. From all those who listen to your song for inspiration, yet to go bed hungry because you don't speak the truth to authority. Shame on you. This is from Sarkodie. Mahama Anka. Why we're studio? I hear wa pantai. I 5 minutes this track. This post said to be agreed.
Why are they?
Na pantai. I 5 minutes this track. This is even after Sarkodie coming out to say something. For a rapper, how is calling out someone so hard for you? Isn't that what you do best? We dey here now where you call out Yvonne Nelson and did a diss track about her. It reached the importance of you they give us ambiguous
so and don't go there.
You they give us ambiguous and puzzling words. This is to Sarkodie. You see the insults there, what plenty. Plenty. So at the end of the day, the misplaced priorities in the system even sometimes overrides the agenda that we are even trying to preach. It is sad. Let's focus on one thing at a time.
Okay.
If there are organizations who would want to lead some of these exercises, let's get our priorities straight. Else, this same format, repeating this same thing will give us the same result, which will be what we are seeing. But if this year, like the government put out their plan, this year is year of rules, this year is year of this. Let's make sure if they declare year of rules, all our protests will be on roads. So when they are working, they know that, okay, whatever we said, the people here, they heard it and they are aligned with it. But if they declare year of roads and tomorrow we want to go on a demonstration and we are talking about other things, definitely they will say, whatever I have in mind, your ideology is not also aligned with mine. So I'll just go ahead and do whatever I want to do.
Chamo, Occupy Julorbi.
Yeah.
Let me get your opinion before we move on to the big story.
Yeah.
For the evening.
It's interesting things are happening. And one thing that some people will not get is that is some people's vision to do this kind of demonstration, and you have a lot of people supporting it or following them. There's a way that some of these things will go out that in fact those who are insulting don't even understand it.
Those who are insulting,
yes, they don't even understand what is going on. All that they know that the country, there's hardship in the country, so we have to do something. So they think that they are doing something for a better Ghana. I understand them, but I can bet that the leaders have different plans. Some of these things, there's not, like, it's not far from those who say support the country that support your own, that me, I disagree with them. Because they will come and say support your own. But before you see, they will be doing something else behind the scenes.
I know, right?
And some of these people, that's how they act. I mean, look at the way Efia Odo is insulting others, telling them they are not doing it right and all that. Yes, Efia Odo she's passionate. She wants us to all talk about what is happening. But the truth is, even some of the solutions that they are suggesting or even thinking that it will work, it's a total disaster. You see, the approach that they are using is even undemocratic, but they can't see it because of the passion that they have. You think that we are in a democratic society, you want to do demonstration and you want to force people to go your direction. If they don't go there, you insult them. But you still think that you are fighting for democracy. It's just opposite. Yeah, you are acting opposite of what you think that you are pushing. We don't do it like that. Be reasonable. Tell people why they should join you. If they're still not interested, move on with it. Because you have that passion, because you think you feel it. Maybe they don't feel it. Why do you want to insult them? So for it to look like they don't know what is happening or they are against you. For what? Because we can all not agree about what is happening. Me, I agree that there's hardship in the system and something must be done. But I disagree with the approach that they are going. Because it has been done many times and it is not yielding any results.
So why should I agree?
The better thing is for us to educate the youth how they should approach certain things. When politicians come out and are talking to you, how you should receive the message and how you should act after they are gone. I mean, they will go and do this demonstration, protest, everything. Later, a politician will come and share T-shirt. They will take it and go and vote for that politician. Those people who are demonstrating today, they are the ones who are still going to vote for them. They are the ones who are still going to vote for them. So for those people, they don't really understand what is going on. They understand demonstration, but they don't know the impact of it or how it should be done. In the same vein, they can't differentiate between a politician lying to them or inducing them to do things in their way. Some of the people who are leading this one, they are politicians. Later, we will see where they belong. It has happened before. Occupy Ghana was, I mean, big. In fact, it's still Occupy Ghana. But those who were leading at that time, they are all in the government having positions. They are no more protesting.
They are no more occupying. They are no more occupying Ghana.
They are no more occupying Ghana.
They are squatters.
Those who were leading Occupy Ghana not long ago, they are no more doing that thing again. But still, the hardship is still there. the leaders now have positions, so they don't care about the system again. The same thing will happen. These people who are leading this demonstration, in the same way, when the power changes hands, we will see the leaders of this group. Some of them will be in the government, and the same thing will continue again. So it's like the youth or the young guys in the system, they are doing the bidding of some leaders of this group, but they don't know and they can't even see it. In fact, what they are doing now, online and even offline, is not democratic. If they think that they are trying to push people to help or do whatever, we don't do it like that. You give them words that will make them feel that, yes, I think we have to do something. You don't just force them to do it. Like they force Sarkodie to write a very nice piece online, and still you are insulting him.
They didn't agree with you.
Yes, because he didn't say it the way they want him to say it. So they are now insulting him, and I think it's not fair. Demonstrations is our right to do it, but you have to do it the right way. If you don't do that, now you may be thinking that yes, you support democracy, but no, your action is telling us otherwise. That's why we always say, don't just listen to what they say, watch their actions. In fact, the leader of this group, he is a very renowned lawyer, Baka Vomawo.
Yeah.
In fact, he at the point he was, I don't know if he's still working.
Been arrested before.
Yeah. I don't know if
Shaman,
yes. In fact, this time around they arrested him again.
Oh.
In fact, he was, I don't know if he is still working there, but he was working at Oxford University. So he's not like a small player in there. He was a law researcher at Oxford University, UK. So he knows what he is doing.
And very
in fact,
soon, if power should change right now, we will see
yes, we will see something.
Before see where he will belong.
Yes,
you see where he will occupy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he knows what he is doing. The David Osei angle that he was coming from, he shouldn't deceive himself. David Osei shouldn't deceive himself. This guy, he knows what he is doing.
Yeah.
If he will break the law for them to arrest him, he is aware of it. So don't come out and try to say it as if you are trying to tell him that he's not obeying the law. They really know what they are doing. The point is that the system is using the law against them, and now they think that they have to force themselves to do whatever they want to do. In fact, they wrote a letter for this demonstration about a month ago.
True.
Then the police people didn't respond. A day before they will have their demonstration, the police people took it to court for the court to put injunction on it that it will not come on. So for them, they think that the police are just using the law as a tactic to stop it and then do their thing. So they know what they are doing. They are breaking the law, all right, but they think that the system is against them. That's why on the same thing or
back. Richie, are we still on the same thread? Okay, Chemo, let's see if you can wrap up. Maybe you can wrap up.
So here is the thing. I saw one funny. No, I will not even go there because it will bring more insult. So I think we should do it the right way. I mean, there's nothing wrong to protest, but I'm saying that when you are protesting and some people decide not to join you, I think you don't have any right to insult them or force them to do it the way you want them to do it, because some people will do it and you will not be happy with it. Like Sarkodie is a typical example. In fact, Sarkodie is doing it. They will, like he's also saying something, but because he didn't say it a way that will make you feel good, you are insulting him. That's not democracy. So for those who are asking if I can tell them the better way to behave, the better way to behave is that if you think that the country is hard and you want to protest, do it, but don't force anybody or don't insult anybody who also thinks that there's no need for me to protest.
Yeah.
But they all agree that the system is hard. We are not taking it easy, but I don't see the need to protest in a way that they are doing it and feel that it will bring any results at all. No. It is only good for the leaders of the group. That's all.
The last protest, some uncle, he had become like.
Was it some uncle? What you were saying?
Some uncle, he had become.
Why do you want to call him uncle? Why uncle? Because it's crazy.
Some uncle, I become like this. I don't know what is happening to you now.
Well, let's look at a big story now so we can close in about the next 30 minutes. We have to be closing. I'm sure I can spread like 10 maximum minutes for everybody, then we close. In the next 30 minutes, you have to be closing. Now, the next big story is that I think over the days, we have all been following the saga between Shatta, Wale and Stonebwoy, two of Ghana's greatest musicians. And as it stands now, we know they are still battling over the booking of the stadium, Ohinijans, aka Accra Sports Stadium, for their various concerts. Sorry, that is the Freedom Wave concert, the 3rd edition, as well as Stonebwoy's. Stonebwoy's concert is actually a 3-in-1 concert: A Shaman to the World, Beam concert, and Homecoming of Faith Dimension album. It is what it is. And Stonebwoy is moving the concert from 2 separate venues to 1 venue. That is what he is doing. He's moving the concert from 2 separate venues to 1 venue. And as it stands now, we know there is an issue. The issue is such that Team Shatta Wale thinks that the time that Team Stonebwoy wants to do their show, it is surely going to inconvenience their show, and that is fact. The Team Stonebwoy wants to do their show on 22nd. What it means that they will finish their show on the dawn of 23rd. So it means tearing down or loading off will start from 23rd. Quarter by 23rd evening, they will be done, and the stadium would have to clean up, blah, 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 blah. So for Team Shatta to start setting up, we can also start independently, latest by 24th. And looking at the magnitude of a show they want to do, which is a festival this year, they think it will not be good for them. Meanwhile, the stadium authorities and their policies even say that if you want to do any show at the Accra Sports Stadium, you are given almost like a 1 week straight difference from any other event. So if you want to book, say, 25th December, from 25th December, 1 week is clear for you, and the 1 week is part of your setup and your tear down. So maybe about 3 days to set up and about 2 days to tear down, which will be about 6 or 5 days, and after any other thing can come up. When management members of these two parties met and that they requested for the things that they wanted to be done for them, the stadium authority said they can't do anything about it. And that came after an earlier meeting with the director of the NSA, Professor Peter Chumasi, who told myself and Roland that, oh, we are known with the stadium, so if you want to do any show there, they are ready to link up with us or give us the opportunity to do our show 1 week interval, either before or after. Any other person can also use the stadium, because even them, they want more people to use the stadium. That was our first meeting. It was held successfully. Then the second meeting, when we thought we were going to even take our contract to make payment of the venue, we hear that they can't do it anymore. We have to take the situation as it is, like that, whether we are comfortable or not. In fact, that's how I simply put it. Whether we are comfortable or not, Stonebwoy is playing on 22nd, Shatta Wale is playing on 25th. And that information was given to us. When we came back and discussed with the Shatta movement team, they think this will inconvenience them, looking at the amount of money they are going to spend on this show. They are going to spend a whole lot of money in organizing this show. So if there is going to be any inconvenience, there is no need they do this show. And it is what it is. As it stands now, I, as a management member, suggested to Shatta Wale openly, in fact I did not hide it, I suggested to him that, guy, looking at all these things happening, I wish that we cancel the whole show, because I don't want you to be involved in this and that. That might even lead to other things, because I know how Shatta Wale does his things. He's a hot-blooded human being. He doesn't know how to do things calmly, and that is him. Maybe I can talk calmly. He might not have that spirit when he is in his high emotions. So I said, because I don't want you to be doing this, saying that, blah, 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 let's cancel the show. And I've seen that he's responded that, yes, it is true. He's agreed. He's canceled the show. First, let me see the letter I sent to him, and maybe some people have not read. Richard Flex, if you want me to read on your screen, then you have to bolden it. Bolden it. If you want me to read on your screen, then you have to bolden it. Then I can read it, and later we listen to Shatta Wale's acceptance, and we take it from there. Now, we actually prepared this letter today, and it said, "Dear Shatta Wale, I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. I am writing to you today not only as a fan, but also as someone deeply concerned for your well-being and the safety of your team. It has come to my attention that the upcoming annual Freedom Wave Festival at the Accra Sports Stadium faces significant political hurdles and potential traps that could lead to your arrest and even a possible loss of your freedom, though you want to organize a Freedom Wave concert. This situation is deeply troubling, and I feel compelled to share my concerns with you. Political tensions have been rising, and the authorities have recently allocated the venue to another musician, a move that seems designed to disrupt your show and cause discomfort to your team and fans. The environment is fraught with uncertainty and potential conflict. As much as we all look forward to the Freedom Wave concert every year, I urge you to consider the safety and well-being of yourself, your team, and your fans. In these politically charged times, it is crucial to make a decision that prioritizes your security. I understand how important this festival is to you and your fans, but the risk involved in pushing forward with the event this year are too great. I implore you to seriously contemplate canceling the event and exploring alternative options for the safety of everyone involved. Your music is a source of inspiration and unity, and your well-being is of paramount importance to us, your fans. Please take this message to heart and make the difficult but necessary decision to ensure your safety and the continued success of your career. Finally, I would rather advise that we rescind our decision not to take bookings for December and accept any profitable bookings henceforth. With utmost respect and concern, Sammy Flex, concerned management member, and this was actually released on the letterhead of Flex Entertainment Limited, a company that I lead. Now, when I posted this letter, I actually sent the letter to Shatta himself, as a matter of fact. But because I want fans and the general public to also know that this is my intention about the show and the communication that has gone on behind the scenes, I also posted it on my socials. Whether he liked it or not, I posted on my social, though I had sent it to him. And he has also responded. Let me read what Shatta also says, then I pick views of my people and we are good. It says, public announcement. In good faith, I take this and I'll leave the rest for the fans to discuss and see how I have been a target in this country because of my outspoken and confidently saying things the way they should be said in a country like Ghana. Attached is a video my dad sent to me a few weeks ago, and the understanding is what my brother and manager Sammy Flex TV has said. Since I started working with you, I've seen changes in myself, and my spirituality in the maker of heavens have grown to the point where wisdom, knowledge, and understanding can't be compared to God's timing. Fans of Shatta movement, kindly take your time and read deeply into what our big brother and manager Samuel Atobi-Ban has written, and let's discuss. Better days ahead. Thank you. I'll be live soon. Thank you, Shatta movement. Always remember, for life is for life. And this is the hottest discussion in our showbiz space now. Before we close the show, I get the views of my people, the letter to and from Shatta Wale and their reactions to it, then we can say goodbye. I'm giving them maximum 10 minutes each. In 30 minutes, we are closing. It's getting to 9 now, so like 9:30, we should close. Kojo, let me start with you.
Well, all these back and forth brouhaha about Stonebwoy and Shatta stadium issues. I think a lot has been said about it, and clearly you could see that the stadium handlers or the managers of the stadium didn't do certain things right by their own rules and regulations and all of that. It shows that the major problem is coming from them. Seeing Stonebwoy and Shatta with their history, I wouldn't think Stonebwoy will find a moral sense to consider the business of Shatta if he has the chance, knowing their history. So if the stadium authorities are able to allow him, he will never think like, oh, okay, but taking this date will affect my brother's show, so let me go back. He will, even if it's 24th, he will take it, knowing the history between them. So the onus lies on the stadium people to decide that, Charlie, this wouldn't work, so we can't let it happen. And now whatever that was supposed to happen has happened, and that is it is the case now. One thing that we forget is that we need to also consider the kind of system we operate in, the kind of environment we operate in. We watched the Super Bowl, and within 15 minutes or less, a whole stage was assembled for a performance because of the high nature of technology and all of that is involved. So within just a few minutes or hours, you can host an event and they can disassemble and assemble some things and you are good to go. But this is Ghana we are talking about.
But you know how they do it? To them, they push the things.
Exactly.
That's why we are not coming to do.
That's why I mentioned. Yeah, that's why I mentioned technology.
Hey, Charlie.
That's why I mentioned technology. That's why I said we need to consider the kind of environment we are working in. If people are saying, yes, you have your 3 days clear to work, have they forgotten the kind of system we operate here? That it is 80% physical. Almost everything is physical. Hard work. Manual hard work. Serious hard work. Unlike elsewhere that they have machines, they will just pull this here and all of that. That we are done. This is not what we are talking about. So clearly, if you are proactive, you know that it will cause a problem. And Shatta's team now knows that, okay, based on happenings and our experience, we don't want to wait for it to happen before we will regret. We are trying to bring out all these possibilities of affecting the show so that we can discuss, if possible, so that everybody will have their peace of mind. And that is where some people are failing to accept that it is not that easy for them to dismantle all the stage within that period. Anything could happen. Anything could happen because you will now come there and create the stage. Look at last year, the stage where they used the motor and all of that. Even
the delays
and assembling that alone is not easy. We were here, global citizen. They used 2 weeks to do setup. 2 weeks at the Independence Square. So I'm okay with the fact that now, based on deliberations, the show has been cancelled because in as much as you are looking at entertaining people, you also need to achieve your objectives because we all know these stadium shows, a lot goes into it. Probably you may not even get half of it. So if it is for the pride, it is for entertainment and to make statement, you need to get it right. You need to get whatever you want to achieve. And if anything will affect it, it is better not to try it. It is better not to try it. Yes, you know, Shatta Wale is the bad boy. So when issues happen around him, people don't address the issues at hand. They go and bring a backlog of issues and put it in the current situation.
When the real issue is there.
When the real
unattended
issue is there. They will bring, oh, he did this, he did that, he's this, he's that, he said that, he said that.
Why did he
Meanwhile,
say this?
the main problem at hand, they won't attend to it. That's all. My brother knows I have a date. And my brother is also using the venue. He said that no, the stadium doesn't belong to him. It doesn't belong to anybody. So anybody can use it. But the point is, per the rules and regulations of the stadium and circumstances around it.
Do you know we even have suggested to the stadium that even if Stonebwoy plays his show on 20th, we are okay.
Sorry.
If Stonebwoy plays the show on 20th,
so we have about 4 days.
We are okay because we know by 22nd, everything is done. So we will not even see them. By 22nd, we also coming in fresh. We are saying that if Stonebwoy plays on 20th, we are okay, no problem.
It's simple, but people will say, because it's a Stonebwoy, he hates Stonebwoy, he don't want Stonebwoy to also use the space and all of that. The real issues, they will not talk about it because it is Shatta Wale. So me, I think it is a right call to put it on hold, because now even these matters around it has gone to a different level. It has gone to a different level. In his reactions, he has also said certain things. And certain toes are, stepped and all of that. Angers are up and all of that. So to avoid everything, but we need to understand that some of these things, it goes a long way to affect the industry. Because if Freedom Wave concert happens, a lot of people within the creative space benefit from it.
Do you know how many people have even come, they don't even come and sell?
Exactly.
Vendors,
even that space, the stadium, a huge amount of money is going to that space. Look at people who are bringing the logistics and all of that. Look at
money.
They've all lost now.
Equipment. All these people who will be employed to carpenters and all of that. A whole lot of people are going to benefit. So if the stadium owners also see beyond just Shatta and Stonebwoy, but they are looking at the other economic benefits around it, why can't they make sure that all these people work? Because the stadium is not going to spoil after they using it. You also want to maximize your profit. So, okay, we have a case at hand. What can we do to avoid it? How can we please these two clients of ours so that everybody can work peacefully in how they want it, so that we can get the money? But it looks like per the conversations, they are okay for one to go and the other to remain because they are not waiting to get any compromise.
And it doesn't even pay them. That's another thing.
Which I think it is not the best thing to do. It is not the best thing to do, because with me, I would have suggested that, okay, maybe we work on our dates, because one date that we know that is constant is the 25th December. It has been there for twice. So that one, I don't think it is negotiable. It's non-negotiable.
You can't touch that.
So the new one
that has never happened before.
That has never happened before. That can be worked on so that it is right. It is there at the right time.
Like simple reasoning and logic. People can see you.
Once it can work. So that if he is going to always use, if he will repeat it, then we know that, okay, this date is convenient for you because we have a 25th one. So fix it right. Not that you do this time and maybe something happens, because let's say Team Shatta accept the 25th and the 23rd and it affects their show. Definitely they will now come back on the table and think of maybe working on the date. But then the harm has already
and as it stands now, I hear they even now want to maintain that place as their annual show.
Exactly, which is fair. It is fair. Stonebwoy has access to the stadium. Every Ghanaian artist or every Ghanaian person, even foreigners, have access to the stadium. It is a public facility. But what we are saying is technicalities around the shows. So people should pay attention to that and forget about Shatta and Stonebwoy beef. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about circumstances and inconveniences that will affect other people who also use the facility. As simple as that. So I think they should be
considerate
happy now, because now the show is called off.
Yeah.
It called off with all its economic benefits and happiness that people will have and all of that. Upcoming musicians will get platforms. Last year, look at the way other big musicians came there. They enjoyed themselves, seeing the crowd and all of that. They were so happy and all of that. So if all these things will just go away because we don't have anybody who thinks about the creative art to even step in and make sure that, in as much as we have our differences, in as much as you think this artist is blah blah blah, this is business. This is what we need, because sponsorships will be on board. So let's secure it. Let's talk to the factions and make sure that the right things are done and do our business. Forget about emotions and personal scores to settle. Let's business. Let's make money. But if we can't do this, it tells how that our system is so stagnant and it's not ready to grow. We are not ready to advance and make sure that we optimize our chances of making business or making money in this space.
Do you know Shatta, when he heard Stonebwoy wanted to come to the stadium, said that, okay, Stonebwoy has not been doing shows at the stadium. If he wants to come there, at least it's first time, Stonebwoy can even say, okay, Shatta, now I want to move my shows to the stadium. But because of for the first time, this 25th, let's do it a joint show. Let's do it for Ghana. Then after every year, I now pick a date. That now I've also come to the station. Shatta was ready for that too.
Yeah, but for obvious reasons.
Yes,
I don't think it will work because of the back and forth between these two.
So even if that one will not work too, pick your separate date. Do your show big.
Yeah,
Shatta also come and do his show big.
Technically, he will say he picked a different date. Technically, he will tell you.
But on the grounds, it is not.
Exactly. So that blame will be shifted more on the facility.
Yes.
On the facility. That's why I said earlier. Me knowing the rift between Stonebwoy and Shatta, on any day, if he used to take 24th, he wouldn't mind, because he doesn't care if he finishes and it affects you. He doesn't care. Because at the end of the day, he's not using your date, and the space has been given to him for technically, professionally, he's doing things right. Whatever will affect you, he doesn't care. But the right things must be done by the right authorities, and that is what has failed now, because they couldn't stick to their own rules and regulations that we need 3 clear days or even the whole week for you to even set up, so that this guy can also get a good date that he can also work on. Then every customer will be okay, because these are customers. So why are you being selective? It's like you think the other customer is better than the other one. And in marketing, we will tell you it costs 10 times to win a new customer than to maintain an existing one. What if Stonebwoy play this year and next year it doesn't come? He can decide to go away, because as you speak, it is not certain that he will be regular at the stadium. But you have a customer who have done it twice and doing it the 3rd time. So it tells you, if you have anybody to protect, it should be the one who have given you consistency. Before we look at adding up. So Stonebwoy show becomes an addition to the number of customers you have within the December space. So I think this could have still been faced, but once it hadn't been faced or couldn't be faced, then Shatta's decision, I think, is with the letter you wrote and all of that, the kind of point that you raising, I think it makes sense. It makes business sense, and if that will bring peace, because we know the history between these two guys, we don't want to wait for anything. That is what they are not seeing. Some of them are not seeing.
They will not see.
They are not seeing. They're just taking it lightly. They are just taking it lightly. As we speak, Accra has a folk and Kotoko. They will never play a match after 6 because of what happened before. All their matches is in the afternoon. So some of this we need to project and know the dangers and all of that, so that everybody will be okay within this space.
Okay, Ro, take over and take your minutes as well. We are closing. It's now 9:14. We have to be closing soon.
That's I mean, I think your letter is coming at the right time, and it has technically you've distinguished yourself from the established yourself from the fact that aside you being a management member, your company also is providing service for the Shatta movement brand, and that is the reason why you would send this letter to him personally and also release it.
Yeah.
So it is not only to the Shatta movement brand or family, but also to the ardent followers of Sammy Flex TV or Flex Entertainment, who now see it as an affiliate to the Shatta movement brand. Now, to the point that you raised in the letter, the most important one has to do with security. And when I say security, it is not about the fact that people are going to cause chaos or not. Security entails a lot. Security even goes to the extent of how long people are going to spend at that particular place. What kind of service will be rendered to them?
Sorry. Kojo, I want you to respond to this. Maestro Films on YouTube has said something. I've seen so many people saying the same thing. That's why I want Kojo to respond to this. He says that, talking about business, I think Sarkodie also hosts the Rapaholic on 25th, but Shatta didn't look at that side, even though it is different venue. It's all about business. I mean, caring about a brother.
Support your.
That's why I want. You see, I wish when Kojo respond to this, everybody who is, because I've seen so many men. But Shatta was doing, Shatta was okay. Hey, Kojo, you respond to it.
We have gotten to a point where people think when an artist releases a song today, other people should release because let's say Sarkodie releases a song. If you release attention, no. This is 25th. We can't say only one Ghanaian artist.
How many people can pay 300 and 500 Ghana cedis to go for you?
I will even get there.
Okay.
Only one artist will pick 25th December.
No, wait, and let me add this. If Stonebwoy likes on 25th December, when Shatta is playing the Freedom Wave, he can do Independence Square or Elwak or anywhere 25th December. In fact, Stonebwoy should do it.
Exactly.
25th December. Yeah. So that everybody checks their weight. Okay, I have 500 Ghana cedis I can pay for Rapaholic. I have 100 Ghana cedis I can pay for Stonebwoy. I have 50 Ghana cedis I can pay for Shatta Wale.
So we can't restrict the day to just only one artist. We can't do that. And the target is even different. Rapaholic, the kind of audience that attend to Rapaholic is different from a stadium show. Do you even know the cost, the amount of ticket prices? How much did they charge at Rapaholic? And you think Shatta Wale will host that show because he wants Rapaholic to feel? No, I mean we shouldn't be thinking that way. This is business. Even this is about competition. It is a healthy one. If the thought is to compete you, to know how strong you
take the bigger market.
That is
take the larger market.
Because it means that a lot of people can cash out the same day. But we can't pre that because Temo is working on a day, I can also do the same thing. Then what should I do? What if I also choose the next day and another person also does it? We can't
as
do
we
that.
are live on Sammy Flex TV. Someone also live on Onia TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all can be live on Sammy Flex TV.
It's about
Nanama can be live
audience.
on Sammy Flex. The only problem will be Nanama coming also live on Sammy Flex.
Exactly. So my brother, that it is a different venue.
Okay.
And
Thank
so
you.
That argument, please don't be.
Bro, now
That's
close us.
And you don't want. I think 3 years ago, I attended Kuami Eugene's High Life Festival on 25th December. Went to Sarkodie's Rapperholic, and from there went to Shatta Freedom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In one night, I did all those rounds. Yes. Because on 25th December, Kuami Eugene also has a show.
25th December.
Yeah.
At where?
Our High Life plus 233.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. Last year, Kofi Kinata also did his when he cancelled the main one at Tadi.
Oh, and didn't mama yet.
No, it is because he usually invites a legend in the High Life.
Ah, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
in the High Life fraternity and celebrates the person. That's what Kuami Eugene has been doing at plus 233. So I'm asking myself, so did Kuami Eugene also set up that event to collapse Sarkodie's event?
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, they don't like Sarkodie.
You see, Rasabe, the bone of contention here has nothing to do with Stonebwoy doing a show at the Accra Sports Stadium. In fact, it is absurd. Like, it will be barbaric for somebody to think that somebody is mad for another person hosting a show at the Accra Sports Stadium. The only thing has to do with the set dates. And me, I was surprised when Stonebwoy was saying, oh, somebody can do a show on 22nd and somebody can do a show on 25th and it is doable. Meaning, technically, he is speaking as an artist.
Of course, it's doable, but the thing
Yes.
is, somebody has to compromise.
Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying. He is speaking as an artist who would come on stage, hold the mic, sing, and
And
go.
then go. Yeah.
As to how things are done at the background, that
It's
is not his
case.
concern.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you are a technical person or a background person who has in-depth knowledge as to how these things happen, you will definitely, you see, when people are reading the dates, 22nd and 25th, 22nd and 25th, forgetting that 22nd even runs into 23rd.
Yeah. For sure.
And if something is even to be done about it, and you see that 23rd, there is not even a guarantee that even as a 24th morning, all these things will be like everything will be checked.
Yes.
There is not even a guarantee that from 22nd to 23rd, everything will be done and dusted with.
When will they even do the assessment for damages?
I am coming there. I am coming there. And you see, after when an event is done, the event owner, like the space owners, need to evaluate and assess the whole place to know if even if it is safe for the next activity. Which is why even sports at a venue is being done, like they give gaps, days for venue assessment. That is why sometimes even for league purposes, they do it week after week. So before the following week, they've assessed the whole auditorium, know it is safe, which is why CAF would even come and say, oh, this venue, regardless of whatever you guys are saying, it's not safe for people to even host a match here. So, again, I am also asking myself, okay, is the stadium authorities also giving any, how do we call it, discount or advantage to the people who will be who are going to face this inconvenience?
But they've not accepted that.
Yeah,
No.
They have not accepted.
No. They, per the manager's words, the director's words, he accepts, he acknowledges the fact that the Shatta movement team are going to face inconvenience, like serious.
Yeah, they do.
They are going to be affected. In his own words, he said it. Oh, last year I heard you guys were able to use one day to do setup. So please, just hold yourself up and please do it again. Whatever stress you guys went through, you can do it. In life, it comes with stress. In life, it comes with challenges and difficulties. So you guys are known for that. So you can do it. These are his own words. These are his own words. What he said in the meeting. So if you acknowledge that somebody is paying a full amount of service, yet he is not getting the service that, like, it is just like you paying for a trip from here to Cape Coast, and the driver gets to Winneba or Kaswa and tells you that, oh, I can't go again, but you still pay for the fare to Cape Coast. What injustice? So if looking at the whole situation, the tension involved around this whole issue, so for people who would think that, okay, it is because Stonebwoy is doing a show, which is why the Shatta movement team is agitated. Fair enough. I believe it will not take anything away from the Shatta movement team, because whatever statement that the team is trying to make has already been established.
True.
And as far as I'm concerned, this is not a time to prove anything to anybody again.
True.
Now it has to do with the safety and how the fans will be okay and entertained as far as this conversation or this show is concerned. So if there is anything that will compromise the safety and the entertainment value of the people that you are going to organize it for, then why go through that stress? Why go through that stress? Because last year, I see it got to a point I was feeling for the fans. Especially the people who came around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. They had to stay through while setup was still going on as at 7 p.m. When the show had not even started, and the stress they had to go through. So if we acknowledge the fact that other big events come and they need some of these things in order to deliver. See, Afro Nation is not stupid. Last year, let's look at the point where they cancelled their event. They had done everything right. They had everything going on. But when it got to certain lapses, when certain lapses tried affecting their show, they called it off. And who has been able to hold them? Not even the government of Ghana, who even signed 5-year deal with them that they are not even coming again. They've not even been able to do anything. So if this is going to affect the very people that you are just trying to please or serve, then Rasami, it's in the same light. I will just agree with everybody, and I am glad Shatta has also responded. And when you read what he said, you understand that it goes beyond he just hosting an event. It goes beyond he just trying to entertain the fans. He takes account every other person aside himself and his team on the grounds. He takes all these things into account.
Okay.
So I would say it's in a good cause.
Okay.
Just like your letter says, it is still, and Shatta also said it, it is still open up for discussion. Whoever would want to bring an alternative,
we can accept
the team is open. It is not closed like that, but it is on hold.
Yeah.
As it starts.
Fact.
It is on hold. It is not closed.
Okay.
So if you have any other alternative and you would want to bring, just make it plain and open.
All right. Thank you so much, Roland Amate. Let's listen to Chemo finally, then we can say goodbye and to start our weekend. Kojo, I've seen some people asking when you're also releasing a new song.
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay, so next week, Tuesday, 26th September, I have a collaboration with Niso. Yeah, so people should...
A collaboration, not a feature.
Not a feature, it's a collaboration.
Good.
So they should watch out. Just Tuesday, 26th September 2023. So the song is titled Love, so they should watch out.
Wow. Please, before Chemo comes in 1 minute, let me say hi to Miss Florence and her squad. They are in US and they are ardent followers of this platform as well as the Shatta Movement brand. It says they out of about 10-15 people who watch Showbiz Daily and they enjoy us. Miss Florence.
Party.
Yeah. She's in Texas.
15 women.
Yes.
Hey.
And they enjoy our show.
15 when they sit together to watch the show.
From different parts of the world.
With wine.
You know when they meet like that. So that's Kojo's.
Alright, so on the screen now is Kojo's song that he's talking about. Love, Niso and Kojo King. It's a collaboration, not a feature. So it means the song belongs to both of them. They are all going to release the song on their various handles. You guys should watch out for that. I've not listened to it yet, so we are all waiting to listen to how magical this particular song will be. So wait for it. Yes, Chemo, let's close with you.
Yeah, you are going to close. I will be brief on it. I think for the substantive issue we have discussed it, and I think I've said my opinion about that one already. So I'll go straight to the point. Like your letter, I think it's coming at the right time, and Shatta should accept it and do that.
Oh, he's actually accepted it.
Yes. So I think it's the right decision at this point in time, because one challenge that we are facing as a nation or even as human beings is that when a technocrat or an intellectual take a decision, they don't face any consequences. I mean, the management of the space, the stadium people, regardless of whatever decision that they will take their money at the end of the day. It's like they will get paid. Government pays them. So whether you come for the space or you don't come for the space, they will get their salary at the end of the month.
True.
I think these are part of the reason why they will not even think of, let's find a way to make it work, because for them it's not. In fact, maybe they will get extra for securing the space.
That's why the director said they are helping our industry.
Yes, exactly. Because they will get extra for you getting the space. But if they don't even get that extra, their monthly salary will come intact, and nobody will question them why you couldn't secure a deal with Shatta or why you couldn't secure a deal with Stonebwoy. No, it's not their headache. So they will even have words like, we are helping the industry. You are helping what? To take such an amount of money, and then you come back and say you are helping the industry. It shouldn't be like that. But that is the privilege that intellectuals or technocrats get, yes, or have. That's what it is. But so me, I agree with your letter, and again, I think it's coming at the right time. And you said that yes, Shatta is now open for other bookings or alternative. If someone is coming with a good amount of money or coming with a nice proposal, he will take it. And yes, I agree, he should take it. As for Shatta, his decision can cost him, but for the technocrats, no.
Yeah,
Shatta,
it won't affect them.
It won't affect them. At the end of the month, they will still take their money. That's why they can take decisions like that. Because, like I just said, if it was a private entity, this thing will never happen. Because they will sack you at the end of the day. If like what is happening between Shatta and somebody will go home. For sure. Because the money coming in is not a small money. So you can't let it go like that. But for them, I mean,
they don't care.
They don't care.
Even if nothing comes,
at the end of the month, they are fine.
The whole of the December, if nothing happens at the stadium, they don't give. In fact,
even if nobody come to do the whatever, even football or whatever, they will still get their money. Whatever is coming is extra to them, so that's why they will behave like that. I think the private individual should come in. I mean, I have said it before and I'm saying it again, because there's a good money in there. So if you invest, I think you will make your money back. I mean, as for the government agencies, they will help. They are not in for anybody. So if they feel that whatever will take your thing away, taxpayers, they will take our money to make sure that they are okay. So I think it's a good decision, and I will stand by the fact that you guys have decided not to do the show this time around. I agree. I think it's a good move. Yes.
This will surely be the end of today's edition of Showbiz Daily. I've seen Professor Ankonan Rebel is online. Prof, once again, thank you so much. Kojo's semi-party, because he says he doesn't want a party, he wants cash. So, semi-party, we give him cash, we have a party.
While we are partying.
$1 billion. I think the Abdul Hamid is really reminding you that the Connect should come on Sunday. I think I've seen it several times. So Abdul,
no, but this weekend I think Connect is possible.
Yeah,
like
so
100% possible.
So
because there is no show. I mean, I want to go and visit my old woman tomorrow, but I can go and come.
Abdul is really putting emphasis on that.
Yeah, Abdul. So we do the Connect. I want to go and visit my mom tomorrow, because next weekend I'm traveling. I'm traveling to London next weekend. I think on Saturday I'll be out of town. So my old woman has not seen me in a long while. So tomorrow I want to do some quick dash, so I can go and come back. And Sunday we will do the. In fact, because of happenings around Accra, it makes it even necessary for Sunday's Connect. So we surely do.
They may even get a surprise.
Yeah. They may even get a
huge surprise.
Yeah, right.
Connect,
thank to Professor for the
big
God bless you and restore you.
Amen. All right, guys, thank you so much for being a part of us throughout this particular week. I know the week has been hectic. In fact, when I read Prof's message, I said this week has been hectic for this weekend.
And coming back from a trip, a very hectic trip over the weekend, thinking this week is going to be...
Charlie, but Mama can be answering upon. Shatta Wale Wabreo. This afternoon, I nearly wept. It took Roland to console me. Like, I'm being honest. This afternoon, I nearly wept. Kamisu. Me like I said, can send me and say, oh, I'm in tears. Because you see, I don't know why after everything the boy has done for the music industry, he's still being treated the way he's being treated.
That one you need to understand.
That one you have to understand.
I have to understand. Yeah. Why do you have to understand?
He's not following. He's not following the status quo. How they want him to behave. He's not doing that.
Just take
But are you ready, man?
That's the system.
No, like I'm what I'm saying is for a fact too.
Yeah.
Me no like I can't send me and I hate me. Are you not me raw? Who? It's why then?
No, if you want to understand it, take Sarko.
Because I was thinking about something. Obi wa baby. Why any show 2 years? I attractive to another person. Oh, Miss Mami de nye boni. Obaso baby or the baby say ni de na. Obi ehun say oh, ade ababe baby say we dia. Aye fe no. Bobi ayidi. Hey.
Oh no, on follow status quo. Yeah, friend interview our ma. Or to me crack as when you migraine no wada. No,
they read any Facebook.
And you know, like Omwadie, like they have a whole lot to say he doesn't deserve it, or we shouldn't give him what he's looking for. And then, you know, like in this world, that's what it is. Like if you don't follow certain line, you should always be ready to fight. And I think he's a good soldier. He's been fighting for a long time now, and so far so good. I think he has the strength to fight. Just that if you are an objective
I'm sure
guy,
he has the strength.
oh
I'm not
yeah,
sure
yeah, he's fighting. I mean,
that he shouldn't think of stopping the fight.
Yeah.
And the system doesn't even
want
want
him to stop.
He will be disappointed and depressed when he feels like at this time
I want to give you and do it the way you want me to do it.
No. That's where his disappointment. The system wants him to fight till he drops.
No, yes.
How long is he going to get that energy, Kojo?
Yeah, so he has
no, that's too much
Or
responsibility.
you compromise.
That's too much responsibility.
If you want to change, you are free to change.
Yeah.
But understand that people will now fight you when you think you don't want to fight anymore.
But for me,
I
think
bring it at your doorstep. So
yes.
just ignore them.
Yes.
Or you keep fighting.
Yes. And he's been fighting for over 10 years, for over a decade. So I think he's a good soldier and he should fight. I mean, if you are objective and you think he deserves the support, then you push him. Yeah.
Well, this is what the team is saying.
It is what it
Let's
is.
end it here. Special thank you to Intim Dodo Solomon, Kojo King. We are still in his birthday weekend, so if you still want to send something to Kojo, number is on the screen. Professor has done his bit. Kojo wants the physical.
But why are you putting emphasis on that?
He wants the physical. Kojo, don't be people. Major physical, I bread is on the Kojo wants please send the physical. I'll give it to him. Don't die joy. Well, thank you, Roland Amate. Same way, Digital Rasta is called Currency, who is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. And to you guys, wonderful people. Even the last time I checked, we still had 202 people online watching us. We've hit about 260 or more who were watching us, and you guys are so wonderful. Thanks so much for your continuous support. Do what you can to support any Ghanaian artist, be it Stonebwoy, Shatta, Wale, Sarkodie, Sammy. Take one artist and just support. It works like that. In fact, you can't be everywhere. You don't even have that energy. But that one person that you can support him, and let's win together. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us if it is your first time here, because here we talk about the real issues in our showbiz space. Until then, good night. Happy weekend to you. To our people in London, 1st October, we enter Heathrow Airport. Then we start preparing for Ghana Music Awards UK. Let's meet. I hear there will be other events.